The weather's turned out nice, even though it was ugly yesterday morning. It got fine towards the afternoon. It was too late to do anything, especially since I slept most of the day. We were going to make a little landing at the top, but then we discussed it again and said, well, the stairs are going to be concrete, so let's make the landing concrete but have the timbers around so it looks like the stairs. So I'm just going to build the box section, stain it, put the protectorate on, and I think in between the drying of that, I'm going to see if I can have a look in the van and tackle that fuel pump, or get prepared to tackle the fuel pump. There's the old fuel pump. The only stuff that needs to be done, remove these 3 hoses. There's two bolts under here, and so to be perfectly honest, I should be able to do this without having to pull everything apart. So far I've just used pliers to loosen the clips on the hoses. You should try and make sure you know which hose is going to which. To make this easier, I should take this off, but I can get both bolts here, and I don't want to dismantle the whole front end of the car. So in order to take this off, I've got to take the driver's seat out. There's the pump I just pulled out. There's my replacement pump. Get a new pump in. I'm going to go and get the truck, bring that up here, and see if I can jump it off that. So there's no major improvement at all. Why was the van running so well for so long, then all of a sudden just crapped out? It was a little bit disappointing. It ran, it idled fine, it didn't want to accelerate still. Tuesday. I've got to head into the city for work today, and just as I was driving down, it dawned on me that I think I'm supposed to have had a negative rat test before getting there. And thankfully I had one in my bag, so I've just done it. I'm just watching for the result, and apparently I get given a replacement one when I get there for our next visit. So so far so good. It's looking good. Negative, so it should be. I better get down to the train station. I don't want to be rushing that spot. something positive about the coming into the city for work is this one little Thai place that I know I can get vegan food from. I walked in and asked for my vegan pad thai, and the guy said, "Yes, I remember you, vegan pad thai." Last time I was here was late 2020. This is outdoors. I can eat without anxiety of being indoors without a mask on. Had to put up with smelling some cigarette smoke a little moment ago, but I'm outdoors. That's one of the parking places I looked up. It's $75. Back in the city, we've got a strike, teacher strike today. Just heading down to where we're supposed to be assembling for the start of it before we march on Parliament House about our conditions and working conditions and pay. You can see a sea of red t-shirts, or red, and I did see a news helicopter floating above it, so that looks like it right down there. And on Sydney Siders, this is Hyde Park. Apparently the oldest public parkland in Australia. Like designated public parkland by the government in the centre of Sydney.
Teachers, we need more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough teachers, we need more.
This is how teachers disperse orderly from a demonstration. And tomorrow we'll go back and minimally supervise our kids. It looks like mobile reception might start improving in the area. Mobile reception has been notoriously poor in our school. It's almost like the school is a dead zone, and it varies with carriers, even with Telstra, which is the main carrier. But with the new tower going up, it's only a few hundred metres from the school, that's going to be an improvement. I'm heading a couple of towns down. I'm taking the trailer down to get a blue slip inspection so that it can get registered in the name of the department. It's going to be housed at the school, but it's registered under the department as a fleet vehicle. Because it's brand new, it needs to be inspected first for roadworthiness. And I'm glad I've got the cage on the back of it now, because if I didn't, I probably still wouldn't know it was there. It's very light. It's a very light trailer. I worked out why it looks so much smaller when you're just looking at it, especially with the stance of the wheels. It's only got 13-inch rims and therefore smaller, skinnier tyres, whereas my trailer has 16-inch rims with bigger full-size car tyres on it. Finished with year 12, period 1, and as has become the case, a lot of the kids sort of roll in just a little bit late, signing in late to school because they've slept in or something like that. So that's a bit of a struggle for some of them, I think, in terms of trying to get the work done. But they do seem to be coming along fairly well. They're still on their practice one, but they're coming along pretty well on the practice one, and I think it's with some of the way that I've changed the processes of actually building it. Trimming off the legs and everything like that before assembling them. So as long as they're accurate, they work out well.
Your destination is on the right.
So that's dropped off. He said, should be no problems, just a routine blue slip, because it's a brand new trailer, never been registered before. He questioned why it didn't just get the blue slip given to me when I bought it. I questioned the same thing, because when I bought my trailer, this is going back years, they got it inspected, got it all registered for me, so that when I picked it up, the registration was included in the paperwork and everything, and it was just ready to go. Just like if you went and bought a new car, pick it up, they have taken care of all the registration for you for your first year. Pick it up at the end of the day, and then the next step is to get it to an RTA, which I think there's one just over here, not far from where it's been inspected, to get it registered. It's funny, one of the other places I tried ringing was in the same complex. Had to drive past them to go to this one. You missed out. Let's do an update for Friday. Just had year 9. They are working really well. There's only a couple left to do their bookends, completely finish them, and I think everybody's just about started the second project. I give them a start time, but I don't hold the class back with the slowest student. I try and keep them moving, and a couple of the ones who are right at the head of the class, they're working well. When they do make mistakes, what's pleasing to see the most is that they're not giving up. There's been a couple of cases where they've made a mistake. If they've been able to rectify, they've rectified. If they've had to start again, they've started again, and there's been no sort of no sign of them just going, I'm not doing this anymore, because that can happen when kids get frustrated. So class is going well, and some of the ones who had taken a while to start working have actually started. Friday afternoon, and this is what the general public doesn't see about teachers. You can see the cars down there. Staff still here working. That's just one of the car parks. There's another one out the front of the school. But it's Friday afternoon. You would think that people would be going, like myself. But I've been here doing more work to make sure that things are ready for Monday morning. There's more stuff that I'm going to do on the weekend, so I've got that in the car to take home. It's not start at 9, finish at 3 job. It's just not. And I really don't think that enough people understand that, and that's especially the government, and that's why our conditions are so poor. That's why people don't want to be teachers. We've got one casual, and they're only available 3 days a week. And we don't have room within the faculty of the school to be able to cover classes if someone's away. Classes are being collapsed, they're being cancelled. Senior classes don't get covered. Junior classes get combined with another junior class. One of my staff has taken 3 periods of a class that's on at the same time as hers so that it doesn't need to be covered because that teacher's now on leave. And she's taking on more work because she feels that that's what she has to do to keep the school going. Anyway, it is Friday. I've got to see if I can go and get this trailer registered.